Start now. Okay, yeah. Yeah, welcome guys. I think he's here already. You are coming from your wedding. I can see your picture. Guy. This guy came into US and then he came on Wednesday and did wedding on Saturday. Man, guys, they try you. Guy, congratulations. Congratulations on your wedding. I would have been in Austin, Texas for that wedding yesterday, but things are so busy. I'm so busy right now. I would have been there yesterday.
Thank you very much. Sorry, I just got into the house now. I was went to Thanksgiving service, so I'm
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. I know. I understand. You look nice.
Yeah,
I
very much.
feel like getting married tomorrow. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah. You're welcome. At least we are gonna start right now. So you just have to explain to them first-hand information. After then, we will now leave the room open for them to ask questions, and then we will now be answering their questions. So first of all, I have to welcome you guys and in a special way, congratulate all of you. I used to say that for you to be at this level you are now, you are not a small person. And for any university in the United States to give you a scholarship worth between 20,000 to 100,000 US dollars, it means that you're a very special candidate. So I respect you guys so much, all of you that have gotten funding to come to this country. I respect you guys so much because I know that it wasn't easy. I know what I passed through during my time. So for you to have gotten to this stage, I give you guys kudos and I welcome you guys in a special way. And I pray that you guys will have a very successful journey to United States very soon. So I'll have to leave the floor for my guy because, like I told you guys, he just landed 3 days ago, and he will have some information that I may not. Although I have some information to share, but I want him to first of all give us the experience of what he saw at the airports. What are the things? What are the documents required? I may know I may know the documents required, but for the fact that he came in just 3 days ago, he is still very fresh. In fact, he's more updated than myself. So that's why I begged him, even though his wedding was yesterday, I told him, please, I know that you will be busy, but please try and make yourself available because this is the only time we have to do this because we know that many of you will start traveling from
maybe
who is doing this, who is disturbing us. If you come in, please mute yourself. The only person that should not be on mute is the person speaking, please. Yeah, so I begged him to join us in this program and then for him to come and share a first-hand experience. So, and he's here to join us and he's here to talk to us. So I'll have to leave the floor for him while I stay on the background to listen and also to even learn because I may even travel again. Yeah, so my guy, Ozioma, you will have the floor. Just tell us how many people beat you for airports, all those things. Just share with us all your experiences in the past 3 days you came to US.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much for this opportunity and this time. I'm so
Yes.
sorry. I just hopped in a bit late because I was just coming back from church. Had our Thanksgiving service today, and you guys put me out of the moon. I was supposed to be on honeymoon, so you should know that this is very my wife to come here at this moment. So you know that I really respect this guy so much, and he's my very good and wonderful friend. So I just needed to. I didn't not to turn down the offer or maybe the invitation. Okay, so
yeah.
something. No, he could do this by himself, but allow me to come here just an honor, and then I really appreciate that. Okay, so let's just go straight. It's a very simple something. It's not something so difficult or hard. It depends on where you're traveling from. Man, if you're traveling from Abuja, man, I give it to you like you are good, like you're just good. You just go there and live your way. But if you're traveling from Lagos, then you have to make sure that everything is all right and intact. Okay, now I travel with Lufthansa. in line with United Airline, because my next connecting flight was United Airlines. So I left Abuja with Lufthansa. We could interest you to know that all my bags were checked in, both my carry-on, they just checked everything in. I was just only carrying my school bag, like my small school bag, where I put in some things I needed to eat and then some important supplies. So one, the most important documents you need for this journey is just have your booking, this thing, like your ticket stuff on your phone. Understand? So that you always scan it when you get there. Then have your I-20. The I-20 using getting admission, the one you use in getting a visa. Because some persons, when they get visa, they can apply for another I-20 and that's going. They want to use it to enter into the US. It's going to be very hard. Get one using getting visa. Then get your passport. The one you have visa, maybe some of you must have renewed your passport. Maybe you made a mistake. You can carry your old passports. The worker say they go bus. So make sure you have the passport that has your visa and then your I-20. So that's the most important documents you need while living in Nigeria.
And let's say asking on that COVID thing.
No, nothing like COVID. Nothing like all those things again. All those things they are gone. They are gone and gone forever.
Yeah, see, during my time, that COVID thing made me that was very, very
complicated. Yeah, they've cancelled it. Even though I have my COVID card because I took my vaccine then, first and second dose, because I knew I'll be traveling a very good day. So I saw the vision that I took the vaccine. So but they won't ask it for now. They've cancelled those things for now because they felt COVID-19 is gone. So have those two important documents, your I-20 and your passport. Then the booking code, like your this thing, what's it called? Your booking code, yeah. The one you use in getting your ticket online. So once you just get into the airport, first thing they will do is you do your checking, like where you raise your hand up and remove your belt, your bags cross, and then you just have your passport every moment and your I-20, because that's the thing they'll be requesting from you. Where are you going to? Let me see your passport. Anybody can ask for your passport anywhere, so that you don't start trying to misplace things. You don't know where you kept it. You're searching your bag and then maybe you just misplace it somewhere. So you just have it in your school bag, in the smaller part of it. Just keep it there in your I-20. So anybody that asks you, just pull it up and show the person, so that you won't delay your time. Then please, if you're traveling from Abuja, you're using International Airport Abuja, please, I will beg you, at least go 2 hours before the time. If possible, leave your house 3 hours, so that Lube, depending on the time you're leaving, if it's in the night, so that Lube Airport, that's Lube, this thing, hold up, traffic won't really deal with you, because if you get into that traffic, you might regret why you even left your house by that time. So it's better you get to the airport, do what you're supposed to do, and then you cannot be perambulating around the airport. Nobody will question you. Just be walking around, catching fun. Okay, so the most important thing is, then before you leave your house, please weigh your bags. This and that thing that wastes people's time. Before you leave your house, go to how I did my own. I got because I didn't have this Aboki weighing scale. So I went to a pharmacy where they do a weight measurement. So I checked my weight first. Then I carried my bag and my weight. Then I subtracted the weight of my bag and me and minus my own weight without the bag. That was how I did my scaling. So when I go to the airport, it was just very easy. And then after all those things, I now had my carry-on bag was supposed to be 8 kg, but it was now 12. So I removed the textbook I had inside there. It came down to 9. So when I got to the airport, I told the Lufthansa guy, oh, please, so I have this textbook. I know my carry-on is already exceeding the limits, but can I put it there? He now said, let him weigh the bag first. Well, after weighing the bag, he now said, I should put the textbook back into the bag. So don't go there and then start forming sense. If you have anything, okay, this is exceeding like 2 kg or 1 kg, explain to them first. If anything like that should arise, don't go start forming like you can take it or something like that. So the guy I gave him, I just told him, okay, he knows okay, I can put it. Then they checked in all my bags. Like instead of it to carry on bag and school bag, I was only having my school bag. So, and then for the things you need to carry, so, and that's one thing, leaving Abuja. So when you get there, they will give you a boarding pass. They will print your boarding pass for you. And then they will not put the tickets, the code of your bags. They will code each of your bag and then put it in the boarding pass, your last, where you're supposed to pick your bag, your last point of entry, understand? So please make sure you have that in very tight. Don't lose it. Because when you lose it, you might not be able to carry your bag out of the airport. Even though you carry it, you have to wait for every other person to leave the airport before you will leave, because they will make sure that everybody have left with their bags. And then they'll be sure, okay, this is your bag before you can go with it. So then another thing is why traveling, please there's a bag normally people go for. They call it IT luggage. It's very light. It's a very lightweight box. Or you can go for all this bag that has material kind of bag, but that has trolley you can draw. That's what I traveled with, and my bag was less than 1.5 kg. And, you're trying to see everything that can, they can try to see every means of getting the important things you need from Nigeria. So don't go and carry a bag that will almost be clocking 5 kg, then you're really losing 5 kg to the weight of things you're supposed to carry. So while going there, I passed through the immigration office in Abuja here. So it was just very easy. It was very smooth. Once they're checking your bag, they just ask questions. That means ask questions. Because to me, this was my first international travel. So I have not traveled out of Nigeria before. So I didn't hesitate to ask anybody. Ask the guy, how far? Where will I go after here? They will tell you, okay, go this place. If you go there, ask the person. So that you don't go and say, okay, I think I too know. Then you miss where you're supposed to get. So that was how then we left Abuja. Then, unluckily for us, our flight didn't take off as of 10:30 p.m. We left Abuja around 3 a.m. We were supposed to leave by 10:30. We left by 3 a.m. And then I was supposed to have 6 hours layover at Frankfurt because I used the Lufthansa. So their first stop is Frankfurt. So now, this cost me a little thing because when I got to Frankfurt, I didn't have time. So one thing you have to do, please, when you get your next connecting flight, if you don't have a stretch flight, when you get to the next point, please move straight to the board where you see they will write. You see where they will write all airlines and the time they will leave, and then you see the terminal you're supposed to follow. The gate, you see the gate and the terminal. Please just be watching that screen. Locate your code on your boarding pass. If it's maybe let's say United Airline 181, locate it. You see they will write the time it will leave. They will write the gate you're supposed to go. Many people come there, they first have 5 hours layover, they'll start walking about at the airport. Instead of going to locate where they're supposed to leave from next for their next flight. And then I must tell you, what's it called? Frankfurt Airport is bigger than, it's bigger than a city in Nigeria. Like I entered a bus, I entered a train, and I trekked for more than 1 hour too. I entered bus. I entered train. I still trek for more than 1 hour. Imagine if I had not left on time to track that my next flight. Maybe I would be waiting. Look, I have 6 hours. Let me wait. But unfortunately, remember our flight left Abuja 3 a.m. against 10:30. That means my layover had been shortened over in Abuja. So I needed to do everything I need to do as fast as possible to meet up with that flight. So when I just got into the point of my entry, we just had 10 minutes for the flight to leave. As I just got in, printed my new boarding pass, 10 minutes the flight left. So that means I would have missed that boarding. And see me money to go and book another flight, another ticket. So you have to, airports. You have to be careful about that so that you don't miss your next flight because people you've not traveled before and then try to connect your next flight. It's not always easy. Then you have to be smart as a Nigerian too. Maybe wherever you are coming from, maybe it's Africa, wherever, you have to be smart. So once you've landed, then when the bus that will pick you from the flight, from the aircraft you're landing, picks you to the place they will drop all of you. When they drop you, just locate the board showing, you see a screen showing your next flights. Please locate it. When you look, because you might be looking at your ticket online. Please, that's what's it called? The gate changes. The gate changes and the terminal changes. So you might have gate B7 in your ticket. When they printed it for you in Abuja. When you get to Frankfurt, you see gate Z10. So the main thing you should be looking at is that screen, not the ticket you have, the boarding pass you have on your hand there, because the gate can change and you go to the wrong gate and be waiting while people are already boarding. And then you not end up saying, I thought you were supposed to leave here. Don't be surprised. You're like 15 minutes to your leaving, they will update your distance online, your gate online, while it has been shown on the screen a long time ago, and they didn't see it. So that screen is the first. In fact, your first thing is that screen. Just look at that screen. Once you've seen that screen, then look at where your next flight, the time is taken off, and then what's it called? The gate you are entering the flight from. At least that will help you. Then when you get there, you can now relax. You can now walk as much as you want to walk around to maybe see sightseeing in the airport. But remember that if your layover has been shortened by delayed flight, my brother, my sister, you need to make sure that you do everything possible to locate your gate, because I don't know how much you guys are paying for flight now, but if you pay that money and then you now miss your flight, miss flight is miss forever. Don't say if you miss, they will come and reschedule for you. You are going to book another one by yourself if you miss your flight. Not like the flight was delayed, but if it is delayed, not from you, then you have to wait. They will definitely find a way for you out of it. But when you miss your flight because you didn't go, that means, and the flight left at the time you're supposed to leave, you're on your own. So it's a very big something. So if you have connecting flights, make sure you locate your next point of. People say they want to snap pictures. My sister, my brother, when you get to the US, you will snap as much picture you want to snap. So don't let the picture of snapping I'm at the airport deprive you the point of moving with your next ticket. So next thing is this: when you are going, please, or like I said, have your passport handy. Imagine when I landed at Frankfurt, trying to walk to my next connecting flights. When I just say, hello, please, can I meet you? I say, yes, okay. Can I see your, he said, where are you going to? I said, I'm going to this place. Can I see your passport? I'm not a citizen. So I need to be showing my passport every time, every minute, because you have police not like Nigerian police that wear uniform and then be telling you, hey, stop there. Nobody does that. They just meet you quietly. Please, who are you? Please, can I know you? Where are you going to? Can I see your passport? Once you show the person, you are good, you go. So the next thing, after meeting your connecting flights, then let's say you are going to Houston, and then the first international airport in the US you land is your point of entry. I don't know if you can hear me. Your first international US airport you are landing in the US is your US point of entry. That's where you will go through the United States security, state security, and all of that. So that's that. And remember, that place might not be your end point, and you still have another connecting flight. And then there could be queue at the TSA, the security checkpoint. There could be a very long queue. So don't start waiting and wasting time. Just ask somebody, where can I go? Go. Ask questions. When they direct you, go there straight, because the TSA can take time too. And then, so at the point of entry, you now have to meet the immigration officers. They will ask you questions. Okay, why are you going to the US? Where are you going to? Okay, you must have your I-20 and the passport too. That's very important too. Just like the way you went for interview in Abuja or Lagos, the same thing. That's the same way they will interview you. So they will ask you, okay, do you have any agricultural products in your bag? You will tell them yes or no. But me, I told them yes, because I had agricultural products. Because more Abuja, and I carry food well. I carry food. I can't stay without. I carry egusi well. More grind egusi well. If you like, you can. In fact, if you can pay this what you call.
My egusi of last year is still remaining up till now.
So if you can pay excess luggage for food, my brother, my sister pay.
Because if you come here, now you go to chop.
So when I went there, they asked me, okay, do you have any food? I said, yes, I have food. So instead of eggs, they gave.
But there's problem.
Who is this again?
So, and the exit with green shows that I need to be checked at the agricultural side. But if you don't have anything, prohibited, so you shouldn't bother, you shouldn't be fearful. Just go there, they'll open your bag, they'll ask you a question, what was that. But unfortunately for them, my bag didn't come in with me to Denver, because I entered from Frankfurt to Denver, which is the first US city I entered. Because of that delay I had in Abuja, and I met my flight just 10 minutes before it's leaving, they couldn't transfer my bag from Denver to from Frankfurt to Denver in that flight. So they left my bag there. I was coming alone with only my school bag. So that's why, please don't put important documents in your checked bags. Your admission, I-20, certificate. So please, never you put any important documents in your checked bag, because something can happen at that bag, you miss it and miss it forever. I'm telling you, something can happen that you will not see that bag again in life. So
during my time, I lost my bag on the airport now.
Oh, but you might find
those two big bags with all my food.
So, but it takes sometimes. I'm coming to the story now because I didn't come into the US with my bag. Both my carry-on bag, I didn't come in with it, because now my delayed flight makes them not to check in my carry-on, my bags into the connecting flight. So when I got to Denver, where they were supposed to give me the bag, they said that my bag is still at Frankfurt. That if I get to Lubbock, I should file entry.
That's what
So,
they did to me.
so when I
Oh.
came here, luckily for me, for that I already have my wife here, so she don't already buy some clothes for me. Or they give me a t-shirt I wear, t-shirt I wear.
If you wear t-shirts, go do your wedding yesterday.
And funny enough, my suit today inside my wedding, my suit, my wedding suit day inside the bag where don't come. My shoe day,
Imagine.
as in my shoes day there, both for my groomsmen or their ties, everything were there. So that I'm saying, anything important, please don't put in your check bag. If you know you're going to use it like in the next 1 week or 2 weeks, don't put there, because you might end up arriving in the US and your bag will not arrive with you. But it's not a problem. You will get it once you have your back tags. You get them. So when I came into Denver, I couldn't see my bag, so I came in because they wanted to check my agricultural product at Denver, because I told them I have agricultural product, but they didn't see the bag to check the agricultural product. So it was a plus for me. I just left, no stress again. So I went and did TSA. So after doing TSA is where they will check you again. Like, you remove your shoes, remove your belts, your bag will pass through the machine, then you come out. So, but when I got to Lubbock, everything was fine. There was no issue. So after like 3 days, after like 2 days, I got my bags. My bags arrived. So I went and picked my bag. So, and they said I should file it for every expense I made I incurred in the course of searching for the bag. I should file for it, then they will pay me back. Which, since I've been doing my wedding, I've not really had time to go through all those ones. So, but the bottom line is this: if you're carrying a goosey, grind it. If you don't grind it, they will take it from you. Anything you're carrying that is seed, that it should be grinded, grind it. If not, when you get to your first US entry, your point of entry, they will collect it wholeheartedly, and you will not see it again. So, and you, if you like, cry from now to tomorrow. If there's grinding machine there and you want to grind it, they will not allow you to grind it. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. So just say thank you.
Yeah, your own.
So, and then it will be bad that you came with a goose. Please carry fish, carry fish. Dry your fish, Hey.
They took my oil now. They took my oil when I was coming.
Yeah,
I cried that day.
I didn't come with oil because I know they would take it. So I didn't bother myself. But some of my guys have come to oil, they block it, they freeze it and put it in this. There's one thing they call it ketchup.
Some people do that.
Yeah, they put in this ketchup bottle. This tomato ketchup bottle that looks like oil too. So if you just put it in the titan and then you freeze it. But me, I don't like things that will bring dent and bad image to my name. Me, I'll start explaining things. So I just left those things that are prohibited. So that's just my thing. The most important thing here, your documents, I-20 and passports that has visa. Then try to locate your connecting flight as fast as possible. And then me, I came with, then why are you going, please? People always tell you, buy a socket to charge your phone. Please don't bother them. Don't mind them. Once you're traveling with a big airline, they will have a USB port where you plug your USB.
Yes. You
Don't
can
go
never go offline.
Or what? You can never go offline. Then, please, if you are traveling with all these big airlines, you can, I think, Lufthansa and United Airlines, you can, even on air, you can be chatting on WhatsApp. So you can have internet on WhatsApp to be doing chat.
We were on air and we were talking that time. I say, you're in another world, I'm in another world, and we are talking.
So while on air, you'll still be chatting and be doing your thing. So, and then buy a sweater, buy a clothes that can cover you well. Buy a clothes that can cover you well, because sometimes it can get very cold up there. But not your winter jacket, or just now, for now, it's summer now, so everywhere is still hot. So just buy something that you can wear, like that's a little bit thick, that can keep you warm. And I believe you guys will be good to go. We're waiting to welcome you guys all into the United States, and it's a very good place. For some of you that are single, like me, can come in here and marry. We are married.
You have left us behind. You have left us behind. So welcome, my brother. I welcome you in a special way to the United States. Yeah, so you see, this is why we need to have someone who just arrived, because some of the things you said, they are so similar to what I experienced. The only thing that is a little bit different from what I experienced during my time is that the COVID-19 something was very, very important. In fact, that COVID-19 card, they really disturbed a lot of people. In fact, a lot of people had issues, those who don't have that COVID-19. So, but I'm sure that it has been relaxed now. I'm very sure of that. So if you don't have it, no problem. You see, there was one point he made, leaving your house on time. That point is very, very, very important, because I remember I left from Lagos Airport. And then I stayed at my friend's place. I passed the night at my boss. I took a flight from Enugu to Lagos. And then the following day, I slept in Lagos. Then the following day was my flight to US. So I left the guy's house around 12. My flight was supposed to leave by 10:30 p.m. But you know the time I left? By 12. 12, like 12:30. That's when I left. I left. We are living at Abulegba. That is where I stayed. Abulegba to Ikeja. That is Murtala Muhammad Airport, Ikeja. That is where my flight took off. Now, going from that place to Abulegba, from Abulegba to Ikeja, I spent almost 3 to 4 hours on traffic. I even took what do you call it, Uber. And the Uber guy, I told the Uber guy, look for the nearest, where we will not experience traffic. He used all he can to do, but we still found ourselves in a very big traffic. And I spent close to 3 hours. By the time I was getting to airport, it was almost 4 p.m. And it was for some minutes past almost 4:30 p.m. That's when I got to airport. Someone that left around past 12. And those of you who are in Lagos, who are conversant with Lagos, you know that Abulegba to Lagos, Abulegba to airport, Ikeja airport, it's not too far. It's just a stone's throw.
Not far.
Not far. But if I had taken, I said, okay, no, it's not just airport there. And then I made that mistake. I would have spent 4 hours on the traffic. And if I had left, let's say I left around 3 or 4, and then I will be getting to airport around 7. And most of those people that check people in, they close work by 6. And there is always a long queue. When I got to airport, the kind of long queue that I met from the entry, I met a very long queue. And then another advice I'm going to give you guys now is try and go to airport with at least one family member. It will help you a lot. Because when you get to that airport, there are a lot of things that you may not have expect. And you can't be carrying those two big bags and with your carry-on bag and be walking up and down. You need somebody to assist you. Even though there is, I will continue the recording now. So yeah, so like I was saying, what you guys need to do is prepare yourselves, have all your documents. Like he told you guys, don't ever leave any of your official documents in those two big bags, because those two big bags anything can happen to it. When I was coming here, I had the same issue. In fact, it's possible that you may come here without those two big bags. It's very much possible. A lot of people have done that, but the good thing is that if they lose your bag, if they lose your bag, they are gonna get it back to you, and if they get it back to you, they will also compensate you somehow. I had that issue. I'm happy that my flight flew directly from Lagos to Washington, D.C. So my point of entry was Washington Dulles. That's my point of entry. That is where they did all these immigration checks. We had a very long queue there. So, and make sure you are on the queue, and so that because you still have a connecting flight. So if you don't finish on time there and go and start getting your boarding pass, for the next flight, you might have problem. And if the next connecting flight misses, if you miss it, you're on your own. So that's why you are advised to forget about snapping pictures. I don't always advise to snap pictures until you probably, when I took pictures? The only time I took pictures when I was coming was after my bag was taken, after when at Lagos Airport, when my two bags were taken and my brother was about to go. Because at that point, there is a place he cannot join, he cannot follow me again. From there, he can never see me again. So from that time, that was when I took my first pictures. I didn't take any other picture until when I got to Chicago Airport, O'Hare Airport, and finished everything about baggages and everything. I lost, like I told you guys, I lost my 2 bags. Those 2 bags, I didn't see it again. I had to go and fill form, did a lot of things, and then before I left, I came back only with my carry-on bag. But after 3 days or 4, I think after 2 or 3 days or 4 days, they brought my bag to my house here. So I will leave the floor open for you guys. I know that when we are saying some 1 or 2 things, guys might have one issue or the other. You might have a peculiar case. So you can ask your questions. I don't know if there are questions on the chat box. Aside Lagos, where are other takeoff points? Aside Lagos and Abuja, I think. Lagos and Abuja is, then I think Enugu Airport is now working. Enugu Airport is now working. If someone, the guy that got admission to study funeral science and funeral service and mortuary science, he left from Enugu. Yeah, he came in last week.
You see that mortuary guy? Nobody.
So,
leave that guy. That guy, a spiritual guy. He's different from what we are doing.
There now, everything about him is different. So he traveled because you know, I asked him, are you going through Abuja or Lagos? He said he's going from Enugu. I said, yes, I know. You may be going with local flights from Enugu to Lagos. But he said, no. He's traveling from Enugu to US. I said, how? Has Enugu started working? He said, yes, so I was not here.
So you can travel from Enugu to Canada. That guy, that Biafra guy.
About him was so different. So it means that we now know that we have not just Lagos and Abuja, we also have Enugu. So you can book from Enugu anyway. Then another person asks, what is the maximum kg? I think maximum kg for carry-on bag is 7. And then the other 2 is 23, which is 46. So you have a maximum of 46 for those 2 big bags. But you can pay extra for extra luggage if you have money, when you have extra luggage, and those things are very important. Like I told you guys, when during that time, okay, what I will advise you guys to do now is, what I will advise you guys to find a way to make things work on your own. I continue my recording. So, what I will advise you guys also to do is to try as much as you can to avoid some certain things. When I was coming, I came with oil. In fact, they took it away from Enugu Airport. I flew from Enugu to Lagos before flying from Lagos to Washington, D.C. So they took that oil. So please, forget about oil. You can buy oil here. Can order for oil through Amazon. Can order. In fact, I've been buying oil here, so you don't have any problem with that. Perfume, there are some other things they don't want, like cream, perfume. So what okay, I think I saw some questions on this. Thank you for briefing. Do they ask for a medical certificate? I mean, no, they don't ask of those things in US. They don't ask of those things in US. Except if you're, I don't know, I don't think they are asking of those things in the US travel. But there is a document they used to ask. I don't know if anybody here is traveling to Europe or Asia. There's a document. Before I traveled, I escorted a friend of mine to airport, and the guy was traveling to Brazil. And that day, there was document they asked him, which he didn't come with. And that document, to just go and get that document, cost him almost 10,000 naira at the airport. Because at that place, those guys are there to make money. If you want to print if you want to print a page in the airport, it's 3,000 or 4,000. Yeah, this reminds me, please print your what do you call it? Your flight ticket. That ticket you book online, that they have, you have them in your PDF form. Right? Please print them out in case of, although some of them do ask you to show them the thing on phone, but some of them, because those guys are there to make money, some of them, if you show them on phone, they will say they are not accepting it. They want to see the physical print. And why they are doing that is for you to go and print. So when you now go to print, they will tell you to pay 2,000 or 3,000 to print a page. So please print all the documents. Have every document you have in soft copy. Have them in hard copies. It won't cost you anything much to print it outside. But if you make any mistake, just have them, just keep them by the side. Then show them the thing on phone. If they insist they want to see the physical or the hard copy, bring it out and show them. Because why they are doing that is to make you to go and print. Maybe, I don't know whether they are connived with those guys that are printing. Maybe they have their own share or their own commission or whatever. So they will just tell you, I want to see the physical, the hard copy. And they will push you to go and print a page, 2,000 naira or 3,000 naira. A lot of people did it that day. My friend printed that thing. They called it passengers locators form. I have never heard that since I was born. What is the guy was asking him, what is passengers locators form? And we were just standing there. Somebody behind him came and showed his own passengers locators form. My friend said, I didn't know about this one. Now, you don't know does not mean you wouldn't show it. They say you can go and print it, go to that place, go there, tell them that you want to print passengers locators form. So my guy left, and I was the one that was now looking after his luggage. And this is why I'm telling you that you need somebody by your side. I was not the one looking after his luggage. He went to print it, and he printed it, just one copy, almost 10,000 naira, because they had to browse. They said printing is 5,000. Then they will have to go online to apply, because I think that is he just need to apply, put his passport number and some documents, and then it will be printed out immediately. He can get it instantly. So they said the process of going online to do the application for him to get it and everything will cost him 10,000. My guy doesn't have choice; he has to pay.
Oh, wicked.
So be very careful about that. Someone is asking what of pot and kitchen. What are you doing with pots? You don't need pot and kitchen utensils, please. You don't need pot and kitchen utensils. Everything you need is in the US. The only thing you need is your African food. Just make sure you have your okporoko, your stockfish, your dry fish, but everything has to be dried.
Please list them. My wife is here. Please list them.
Don't worry. Just if you know everything about soup, just buy them. I'm still having most of those things up till now. Because if you don't buy those things, if you come here, you will be eating foga and canned food. And see, village man like me, those things are not part of it. You know, when I came, most times you will see them, they will say, we're having a lunch. I'm inviting you for a lunch. Can we have a lunch? And you go to a lunch, you will see, leave.
Leave.
So if you want to be eating your African food, try and bring those things. They are allowed, but it has to be dried. I even dried bitter leaf. I have bitter leaf, dried bitter leaf. All those things, anything dry is allowed for you to pass. So dry everything. Someone says, is it advisable to get a winter jacket? Please don't bother yourself getting a winter jacket while traveling. You don't need it. When you come here, you will see different winter jackets. Because in fact, there's no winter jacket that you buy in Nigeria that can help you here. The one I bought when I was coming from Nigeria. Who is disturbing me like this? So the one I bought when I was coming from Nigeria I didn't use it. It was when I came here, I bought original winter jacket. Original winter jackets here is between $50 to $60. You buy a original one. Okay, I can still get a one of $30 anyway. Okay. Although one of you can when you go to your school, some of your schools, like our school, NIU, my grade school, they have a pantry where they give some of these things free. So I have like 3 winter jackets now, and it was only one that I bought with my money. The rest I got them from NIU pantry. They gave it to us free. Everything you want, you just go there and shop and go. So you don't need winter jacket, and you don't need to carry too much clothes because you have a lot of clothes here. In fact, you run away from clothes. My wardrobe now, I'm even looking for a way to dash out some clothes. So you don't need a whole lot of clothes. The only thing you can get is if you want to maintain some of the traditional clothes we wear in and like, because you can't find those ones here. Like those senator wears, all those ones, you can't find them here. So you can come with those ones. But as for all these jeans, normal polo, all those ones, you don't need to disturb yourself over them. They are all everywhere here. So that you reduce, why I'm telling you this, for you to reduce weight, for you to reduce the weight. So you don't need them. What other question?
So you don't need rice beans now. You don't need all those rice.
No. You don't need rice and beans. You don't need rice and beans. Rice and beans are here. Keep your rice and beans to yourself. Yeah, so I'm traveling to Asia. Taiwan. Just clarification, please. What is IT? IT bag. I mean, IT luggage bag. IT luggage bag. Okay. You know, they always advise you to have, if you have a laptop or any electronics, it has to be on your carry-on bag. And you have to declare it. So don't put your laptop in your big bags. Why? Because that bag, the way they throw that bag, in fact, by the time you open, you are the one that will pack that your bag in your house. But by the time you get to US or any country you're going to and open that bag will never remain the same again. You will see if it's something that you put on the floor under, it will be on top. If it's something that is on top, it will be on under. Because the way they throw that bag. So if you have anything electronic, don't put it there. It's gonna break. Most of my food stuff when I was coming here, some of them even mixed together. Like I came with my local okpa, as a Enugu guy that I am, I grinded okpa. So the okpa mixed up with vegetable, and so got and other things. So please don't put your what do you call it, your laptop in that bag. It will break because they pack it. Where they pack those things is very, very rough. They handle that bag so roughly. That is why you should lock it with padlock. And make sure you lock it with padlock. If you don't lock it with padlock, anybody can put anything there. And if they put anything there, you are in trouble. It is you that have it. You cannot run away from it until you are able to prove that it is not your own. So please lock that bag and have your keys. Please, I don't know. Please, if you have any, you have answered my question. I was off for a while. Can an infant sitting on lap bring his own luggage differently? Can an infant sitting on lap bring his own luggage differently? Different from the 2 baggages or the 2 bags of the parent? The question you're trying to, can you ask this question directly? Are you trying to say that are you traveling with your baby? Is your baby having another bag? I want to get it clear. The person that asked this question, can you ask this question directly? Let me hear it. Let me understand your point. Because
okay. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me.
I'm actually traveling with my baby less than 2 years. So I'm
Yeah.
asking that, and the baby, can I carry another bag, maybe one bag for the baby, different from the 2 bags assigned to me already?
Anything about that baby that you're carrying should be on your carry-on bag. Because,
Okay.
yes, okay, you are going with your baby, and any baby that is below 2 years will not need a flight ticket. But if your baby is 2 years and above, you must buy a ticket for him or her. So since you will be carrying your baby, you don't need us to, so that you don't overburden yourself. So anything about that baby should be in your carry-on bag. And every other thing should now be in those other bags. And like I told you guys, you will never see those 2 bags. You will never see them again until you get to your final bus stop. So whatever you will need, don't say, well, maybe when I get to my layover, I can have access to it and then bring out something. If you need anything, if there is anything that the baby needs, let it be on the carry-on bag. Anything that your baby will need to get to your final destination, let it be on your carry-on bag. And you don't need to have extra bag, because if you are having extra bag, you might forget. You might lose some things. So you don't want to lose some of your properties. Now, there is one very important thing that you should know while traveling. Please be very careful about the kind of things you discuss while traveling. Yes, this is very, very important. Be very careful. If you are a political person, no, see, no, there's nobody that is more political than I am. But you just have to be apolitical. It's one of the flight rules. They are talking about Nnamdi Kanu, Tinubu, Ghanaian president, Kenya president. Please do not engage yourself in such a conversation, because it might lead to them even removing you from the flight. So just mind yourself. Mind, even if that such discussion is going on, don't partake in it. Somebody has been removed from flight because of this before. So that is that. So what other question? Please, you've not answered my question. What is IT luggage? What is IT luggage? Did anybody ask you, what do you mean by IT luggage? IT luggage is any of the luggage that, I told you this in before, any of the luggage that has electronic devices. So you don't put those ones on the major place where you put your 2 big bags. So that is it. It is anything that has to do with electronics. And then another thing I just remembered now, if you have your money, you must declare it. And I think it's $2,000. There is a cap for students, $2,000 or thereabout. So if you have more than $2,000, you are putting yourself at risk. So there's a place you will get to, and they will ask you, in fact, they will dictate your money, because there's a place your bag will go. Like when I was going, there was a place, they scanned my bag. Because the dollars that I was having, when I was traveling to US, what I had was about $500 US. And what I did was I brought out $100 and put on my wallet, and then put 400 inside my carry-on bag. When the bag was scanned, they saw the money and they said, I should bring out there is money inside this bag. I brought it out, they counted it. and I saw that it wasn't more than what I'm supposed to travel with. I put my money back and left. So you can do the same, but don't take more than the required amount for you. And what other things? What are the other things remaining? What is the difference between backpack and carry-on? There is no difference. Backpack is well, the airline language is carry-on bag. Backpack is our general language. That is, backpack is our general language about those bags we carry. Maybe that your school bag, call it backpack, all those ones. But there's just no difference between carry-on bag and bag. Whenever they say carry-on bag or backpack, that is a bag you should enter the flight with. That is where your personal belongings are. So, is there any other question here? Can a baby below 5 months be allowed to travel with the mother? A baby below 5 months? Have you checked the immigration, the flight rules? Because each of the airline you are entering, there is no particular information regarding that. Each of the airline you are taking, they have their rules. So I will advise you to go check the website of the airline you are flying with to get this information. It's very, very important for you. Go and check the flight rules. There are rules written about babies, the number of years or months a baby has to be before he or she can be traveled with. So, which means you can carry only one carry-on. Yes. Your carry-on bag, you shouldn't split it too much. Why? Because you might lose it at the airport. And like I told you guys, carry-on bag is not more than 7 kg. So you wouldn't want to make such mistake. How can one package palm oil? I thought we have spoken about that palm oil thing. Palm oil is not allowed. Palm oil is not allowed. If you come here, you can buy palm oil. You can order it through Amazon or any African market. We have African markets here where you can buy palm oil. So palm oil is not needed. But if you want to carry palm oil, it's at your own risk. But palm oil is not needed. You don't need it. You don't need to. I told you guys I was coming with palm oil. They took it away from Enugu Airport safe. Not even Lagos Airport. So palm oil is not required. Yeah. All right. So can I package provisions like needle? You don't need those provisions. They are all here. I buy them. You can go to Walmart anywhere and buy those things. Milo, needle, all those. I even went to Walmart to buy this. So you don't need them. All of them are here. So leave those things. They are not important. What I have advised you to do is to get your African food. Those ones are the ones that are very, very expensive. And they are not so rampant anywhere. So get those ones and leave the rest. And leave the rest. You can get the rest when you come here. Why? Because you need to reduce weight. So I think I've been able to treat all the questions. So yeah. Okay, this other guy, what's his name? There's this guy that's requested for interview.
Yeah,
Are you here?
Can you hear me, Mr. Kenny?
Yeah, Joseph. Yeah, Joseph.
Yeah, so the lady is on the line. He's part of the
Okay, is she here?
Yeah, she's here.
Okay. I think we can take a few minutes and interview her. And lucky enough for her, she has a lot of because almost everybody here is a VO now. Almost everybody on this line is a VO. They have all gotten their visas and they are traveling. So she will be very, very lucky to receive a lot of advising session from all the views. So is she here? Well, let me hear. Can you put on your video? Let me see you. What's her name?
She's Grace. Grace.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Let me bring out your I-20. So, Green, you have a lot of people on ground to assist you and to advise you on getting your visa. And we hope that by Friday you will be getting your visa. Grace.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's quickly run down. Let's quickly run down your distance. All right, pass me your documents.
Here they are, please.
Okay, so I can see that you're going to Purdue University. So what are you going there to do?
I'm going to Purdue University for my master's degree in mathematics, where I'll be serving as a graduate teaching assistant for the mathematical science department, so that I'll be equipped with the required skills and experience. Then come back to Ghana and take a faculty role as an assistant lecturer at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology.
Okay, so what are you currently doing?
I'm currently having my mandatory national service as a teaching assistant at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, where I help my supervisor in organizing tutorials for undergraduate mathematics courses such as calculus and differential equation. And I own and manage a bookshop.
Okay, so why did you choose to study this course? Why did you choose to study it in the US instead of your country? Or does it mean that there is no university in your country that is offering this course?
I choose to have my master's degree in the US, particularly at Purdue University Fort Wayne, because I'm much attracted to the mathematics program offered at Purdue University Fort Wayne, which offers a flexible and excellent academic curriculum that enables its students to be taking and specializing in courses such as calculus, differential equations, probability statistics, data analysis, which will be a combination of courses from both the mathematics and statistical science field. And also because of the opportunity given to me to work as a graduate teaching assistant, that will give me the required teaching skills for my future career as a lecturer.
Okay, so how would you cover your deficits? I can see you have a little deficit here.
I've been awarded an on-campus employment in the form of a graduate teaching assistantship by the Mathematical Science Department, which covers my full tuition, and I'll be given stipends to cover my living expenses and health insurance. However, I have a deficit of 2,418, which will be funded by myself from my personal savings. Aside my work as a teaching assistant, I own a bookshop which generates an amount of 50,000 Ghana cedis annually. So from this business, I've been able to save money that I'll use to cover my deficits.
Okay, so I think everything looks good here, and I think I'll be approving your visa.
Thank
you. Okay, so my reaction, reaction I'm gonna do here is number one, I must say that your interview, you are just saying it as if it is a crammed thing. And I have always told you guys, your interview is a conversation with the VO. You're having conversation with the VO. So, and what I always tell you guys is that what we do at the mock interview is just a mock. you don't expect it to come exactly that same way. So if you go and cram what we have done in the mock to the real ground, you're going to have issue. So you just need to be relaxed. I love, number one, your confidence, but then you are just saying it as something you have crammed from somewhere. When they say, why this course? You should talk about that this course is going to help you to probably be promoted from your current position. Forget about those big things, because it's this, because it's that. You see, your interview, you're going there, you should be a little bit selfish in your interview. It's how will this thing benefit you? You should be more concerned about how it's going to benefit you, and not all of those quotations. This course is this course is that, according to this, according to that. They don't need those things, and they don't have all the time in the world to wait for you to say all this. I just gave you all this time because it's a mock. You may not have all this time at the interview session. So that interview happens just 1 minute or 2 minutes. Every other person that is here will also testify to you that it is not something that is taking this long time. Now, there was a question I asked: why the university in the US? Why not in your home country? I think that place you should be able to say the good things or the benefits, or how foreign countries is more beneficial to your home country. Probably how the educational standard, the facilities, you can mention the facilities that are there, which are not in your own home country. So you need to learn from such enhanced facilities so that you'll be able to now bring back what you have learned in your own home country. Now, okay, I think I like the answer you gave at the issue of funding. How you cover this deficit. You already have, from your I-20, I can see you have an on-campus job, and you have an assistantship, which has covered your tuition fee. So I think you're good to go there. Whenever you come up with your personal savings and you're doing work. But then what I want to check there now is, how long have you worked?
As a teaching assistant, it's just a national service, so like 8 months. But for the
business, there is something I always check whenever someone says it's for my personal savings. I used to check, how long have you actually worked? Is that work the only source of income too? Then if that is the only source of income, is it realistic that you were able to make so amounts to cover your deficit within this period you have worked? So that's why I asked, how long have you worked there after your school? If according to you, is a national service, a national youth service. And national youth service is just barely 1 year. $2,000 something. Can someone get it in just because I know that national service in Ghana, I think they don't pay. How much do they even pay? Do the country pay officially?
It's allowance, but I was having my business whilst I was in school.
You are having a business?
Shop. Yes. I started the business in 2017.
Okay, you are doing a business in 2017.
Yes.
Now, that is where you need to clarify a lot of things so that it won't raise some kind of questions, or it will make them to. So what you will do now is, I don't know, because in that your DS-160, they will ask you when you have started, as in you will talk about your work experience, your current job, and your current job is, according to you, they are your National Youth Service. Yeah. So if that is your current job and it's barely less than a year, there is a place they always ask monthly income. So you need to calculate what you are getting from that place with what they are paying you at the National Service and put it there and sum it up. And then in the explanation, you will now explain what you're doing at that your National Service. That's just like what you said, you are teaching, you are helping to teach mathematics and all that, calculus, all those things, mention them there. In addition, or additionally, I own so business located at so place, and I earn, just explain it on your I-20, I mean, your DS-160. Explain your financial status so that they will know that you have other financial this thing. Because they read those things. That's why they study you. Look at your DS-160 like 2 days or 3 days before your visa interview. So I don't know if any other person has an advice for her amongst the people that are coming here based on your own experience. Do you have anything to tell her? And then Grace, I don't know, have you submitted your DS-160?
Yes, I've submitted it.
So how did you feel those things? How were you able to connect some of those things that I just mentioned?
My current job, I use the teaching assistant, and for previous work, that's what I use the bookshop.
You use the current job for your teaching assistant, and then you use that bookshop. But that bookshop is it still working now?
It's still working.
But that place is supposed to be previous work experience. Okay. So, but what did you explain? What did you explain there in
For
the
the
responsibilities?
Yeah, I was like, I manage and supervise my workers. I manage the shop. That's what
I think you really need to do more on your DS-160, and you have submitted it. Well, that's why I always advise people, don't be in a hurry to submit your DS-160. Your DS-160 is the major aspect of your application, and if you don't get it right there, even with full funding, a lot of people with full funding are being denied, probably because they didn't give a clear information about what they are doing, where they are going to, what they are currently doing, and they didn't state a clear information. And when the information is vague, you'll be recommended for refusal. So it is not left for you to come to the interview and prove to them whether they should give it to you or not. So that's why. But in any case, I think you are good to go. You have funding. The two most important aspects of US visa approval that will make your visa to be approved or not is, number one, your funding, and then number two, your home ties. And from the look of things, you have a business which is part of the home ties, and then you have a work. At least that business alone should be your home tie, should count as a home tie for you. So, but you need to be stronger. You need to explain it better to make it very explanatory to them, so that there won't be anything vague. Having said that, if I have time within the week, I don't know, I will be very busy. I'll be very, very busy. I always go to work in the morning and come back in the evening. And I drive up to an hour, 30 minutes or hour, 40 minutes to my workplace. So I don't know how it's gonna be for me to talk to you within the week, but if there is opportunity for me to do that, I will contact Joseph. All right. So I wish you good luck in your endeavor.
Thank you.
Yeah. So guys, finally back to what we are done with. I think we are done with please, what is the meaning of the S160? And the UK ask for it. The S160 is the official form you fill when you are applying to US, when you are applying for US visa. That is the S160. That is the application form where you fill your details, your travel plans, your work experience, your educational experience, all those things you fill when you are applying for admission. Almost all those things are where you're going to fill in your DS160, where they will have to, for them to have your personal details. So I think every other person have their own. This one is for US. Okay, so I think we've exhausted
Check the
everything we
question
have.
area. There is a question in the question area. Yes.
What was the question again? On the interview, does Canada call for physical? No. Canada does not call for physical interview. Canada, there are list of things you need to submit. But in Canada, you write SOP, statement of purpose, for Canadian visa. You write statement of purpose. You submit your admission letter. You submit your funding. In fact, it's a whole list of things you are going to submit. And after submitting, you wait. You submit them online. And then I think they will call you for biometrics also. And then you wait for them to.
All right, thank you, man. You ready to check my this thing? You go be video very soon for that one.
No, wow. So guys, I wish you guys good luck, and I thank in a special way my guy who was here to share his experiences. At least you've heard it from the horse's mouth, who just traveled. So be prepared. Prepare yourself. Traveling is a very, very tiring thing. It's a very tiring thing. Some of you, even some of us that had a flight, my flight was almost a direct flight from Nigeria to US, because I flew directly from Nigeria to Washington Dulles. My other connecting flights were within the US. But some of you, your connecting flights you have not even entered the US. There are some of you that will enter Frankfurt or so. That one is still in Germany. Some of you that will enter maybe through Ethiopia, you stop there, you lay over. Some will enter through maybe Qatar. I don't know your routes. But whatever routes you are following, make sure. And another most important thing, from Lagos or from Abuja or wherever, or from Ghana or from wherever you're going to, make sure they print out all the boarding passes you need. They are supposed to print out, count the number of layovers you have on your flight tickets. That should be the number of boarding pass they should give you. I had an issue when I was, I'm only telling you all these things based on my own experience. I had an issue when I was coming, as a novice, I didn't have some of these opportunities you guys had to attend a webinar like this, where they tell us how it is done there. So I got to airport in Lagos, and I was just excited. They gave me only two boarding pass. The one that will stop me from Lagos to Washington, D.C., Washington Dulles. From Washington Dulles, my next flight should be from there to Newark. Then my last flight should be from Newark to Chicago, O'Hare Airport in Chicago. So, but they gave me only 2. And I didn't know. And they didn't even tell me, they didn't even tell me why they did that. Whether it's their mistake or it's the mistake of the person that did that thing for me. So when I passed and we were waiting for our flight to take off, we are still in Lagos. Waiting for our flight to take off. I met a friend, a colleague. We met online like this during their application. So we were now waiting for our flight. So, and we are going to the same O'Hare Airport. O'Hare Airport is our final destination. So I saw that she had 3 and I had 2. And we booked the same flight and everything. So she now told me that she has 3. I told her, how come you have 3? I have 2. So she said she don't know that they gave her 3. I now have to go back to ask them. And at that point, I cannot go back. I cannot leave. That place that I am now is a point of no return because they have done all the immigration checks. So I cannot, there is no going back from there for me to go to where they will print it for me. So, but the nearest person that I met there, I asked her, why did you people give me 2 instead of 3? Because I didn't even look at it. The first one was Lagos to Washington. The second one was Washington to Newark. Whereas my last bus stop, my last flight should be at Chicago. So I don't have the one of Chicago. So which means if I had gone with that without making that complaint, I would have ended up in Newark. And when I get there, there's nothing they can't give it to you there. They're supposed to give you everything from your point of travel, from that place, from your point of departure, from your airport of departure. So I laid that complaint and they said, we are sorry, this is what we have. They cannot print it from their own end. They can only print it from the other place. I said, but why didn't they print it for me? They said they don't know what to do about it. So it became an issue for me. At the point, they even have to call their supervisor and all that. So they now have to send a mail to Washington Dulles. They are stationed in Washington Dulles. That's also a passenger. They mistakenly, it is their own mistake that they didn't print this thing for Newark to Chicago. So they should attend to him when he gets to Washington Dulles and print out the rest of his distance for him. So, but this kind of instruction was only obeyed because it came from my country of departure, and it was their mistake. It wasn't my mistake. So, but if you make that mistake and you don't get your boarding pass, your complete boarding pass that shows if Chicago is your last bus stop, you must have a boarding pass from Lagos or from Abuja or from wherever you are leaving from. You must have all the boarding pass. If you don't have, please ask them. It could be a technical issue. It could be a problem. It is not normal for you to go to leave Lagos or wherever you're going to without the whole boarding pass for all your layovers till your final bus stop. So please take note of this. It's very important. If they don't give you, go back and ask them so that they'll give you the whole thing you need. Because you can't print it. If you travel and maybe you get to Washington Dulles, you will go and print. They will not print it for you there. They don't have the record for them to print it for you there. Because what they did that night was to now create a record for me. They now gave them my information so that they will be permitted to print for me when I get there. So please take note of all these things and don't make mistake. Because any mistake you make, you will remain on the way. You remain on the way, and you know, if you come to airport, you will see everybody is minding his business. just like this guy told you, be mindful of some of those screens, because that is where, when you get to any layover, go and know the place you're going to from there. Whether it is C3, C4, C5, whatever, be careful about those things. Check this and always be checking it and make sure that you are where you're supposed to be. And when you get to where you're supposed to be, please ask any desk officer there, is this? For instance, if it is C5, go and ask them so that they will check in their lab, in their system, whether you are in the right place. If you're not in the right place, they will always direct you to go to the right place. Otherwise, you will be walking up and down in the airport and the flight will leave you. The flight leaves you, you are on your own. So I think we have exhausted all we have, and I wish you guys a successful journey as you journey down. I know that some of you will be traveling in this July. I don't know. I don't have all your dates offhand. I think the only people that have their dates offhand are the people that are coming to NIU. At least there are three major people that I know. I have their dates offhand, and because I think I will be going to pick them up. So, every other person, I wish you guys good luck. I wish you guys safe journey as you travel from your home country to the country that you don't know anybody. But by God's grace, you're going to survive. United States of America is a good country. If you're traveling to UK, if you go there, make your country proud, make your family proud, and make sure that you actually do what you have come there to do. And I wish you guys good luck and safe journey as you travel. In the absence of any other question, I will call it a day and end up the session with you guys, as I expect to see most of you come to this country. We'll keep on celebrating you guys online. It is like I said before, it is a great thing for you to get to this level, and not everybody has this opportunity. So as you have had this opportunity, make sure you make use of it very well. If you come to this country or any country you're going to, make sure you follow the rules. If you follow the rules, the country will bless you. If you default, I'm sorry, you're going back to where you came from, and you will go back worse than you came. So I expect you guys to represent well, and I wish you guys a safe trip. Thank you. May God bless.